Hi, this is Tom Lankering, and today I'd like to share with you an idea that I like to use often, and it's a good reminder, and it's the concept of relaxed intensity. And I don't know where I heard this, maybe a few years ago, maybe Jeff Olson, Tony Robbins, I think Jeff Olson though. And but this concept of a relaxed intensity, especially in our society these days, people are so stressed, they're so focused, they're so concentrated, they got all kinds of things to do, they're overwhelmed, they're underwhelmed, they're just totally stressed out. And this idea about a relaxed intensity takes in a couple of things to help manage your stress, to help you stay focused on what's important to do, and to get the job done. Similar to an athlete, when an athlete, an accomplished athlete, when they're doing their things, they're in the flow, and they're letting things happen, although they're very focused on the sport they're playing, the activity that they're doing. But there is a relaxed intensity about it, so that as they're going through the activities, the motions, the movements, and so forth, they're breathing, they're aware of what's around them, they're not all crazed. Sometimes when I'm skiing, I take the concept of, it might be a very steep, challenging, mogul-filled run, but the idea is that you slow things down. Your perception of time and how fast things are going, just kind of slow it down. And so you don't let things come at you real fast. You go, okay, let's just take things as they're coming, slow things down a little bit, and take things in as far as their sense of priorities and what's important. So you start looking at what's important and start realizing the activities that you need to be doing. Realize that there may be some things that are not as important. Also try to set up a system or have your system set up so that you don't get overwhelmed, so that you can handle a little bit more stress, but not be overwhelmed and still be able to perform the activities and the duties that you need to do. And I also think it's important to keep breathing. You want to make sure that you're taking your breath, that you're inhaling and you're exhaling, and so that you are able to discern what's important, what's not so important, so that as you keep on doing all of your activities, you keep this pace. And it's important because if you have a project that you're working on, you want to stay very focused on that, and you want to be very intense on that. However, you don't want to all tighten up and everything. You want to be able to stay in the flow, because I think it's really the key where a lot of people try to get to, is to be in the flow and to allow things to move the way that they want to, because if you're doing the right things for the right reasons and you're congruent with your goals, with your purposes, with your values and your activities, things will flow. It's when you're trying to fight things and trying to resist things, it's like nature's knocking on the door or tapping you on the shoulder and say, hey, you know what? If you go this way, it might work out a little easier. So that's been my experience as we go along. And again, you stay focused on the task at hand or the goal that you're working with. Take into consideration the things that you're doing, but don't let yourself get all crazed with it. When you find yourself getting all crazed, it's like the baseball batters. They take a step back out of the plate, away from the plate, gather their thoughts, or a basketball player or any athlete, is going to take a moment and gather themselves, get grounded, get centered, all right, and then that's a good place to go from to go out and perform whatever it is that you need to be doing. So relaxed intensity, I think it's a wonderful practice. I think there's a little bit of Zen or Buddha, although I can't say that I'm necessarily a practitioner, although I think a lot of these concepts, they all interrelate with each other. So it's that Zen, Buddha, you trust the universe, you have faith, confidence, and belief in what you're doing. You go out and you do it, and sometimes we worry about things and they never come to fruition, and we just need to stay on the task at hand. So keep that relaxed intensity going, and I think you'll find that it'll be very nice for you, relaxed, you'll get your job done, and you'll be healthy about it. You'll be in a good place and be able to handle your challenges. So this is Tom Lankering. Thanks, and have a great day.